Hello everybody and welcome to the first post-season event for the Thermal Formula 1 Racing League. Today we are doing a Redbull 2010 social race around Silverstone, as you can see. We only have 9 contending drivers today, but that's all fine, that doesn't really matter. But we do have some news for you today. As I am just trying to go through Discord to find it a second. So, first thing first is the TFR preseason testing schedule for the 2021 F1 2021 season. Sorry, that took me a minute to say. So this is the schedule for F1 and F2. So on the 10th of July, there will be a F2 testing day 1 on the 2020 game, and on the 11th there is a F1 testing day 1 on F1 2020 game as well. On the 17th of July, the first F1 2021 Formula 2 test day 2, and 18th of July, Formula 1 2021 F1 test day 2. And on the 24th of July, test day 3 for F2, and on the 25th of July, test day 3 for F1. Also within this, there are a few planned press conferences and other classic car races that will be held during this, the off season. I will read it all out towards the end of the stream. So here is your very spaced out qualifying grid order for the 25% race here at Silverstone. We shouldn't see any pit stops unless it's for damage, as I know these cars are, I think the tyres on these cars can go to the end, and they will go to the end. But we, in the coming days, on the TFR Twitter and the TFR Instagram, will have announcements from all of the F1 teams. It will be the driver lineups for the next season. I can read what I already have, but you'll get a much better idea on the time you'll see the graphic. So, for the Alpine F1 team, we have myself and Bass Branch. For the McLaren F1 team, we have last season's champion runner-up, Joe, and we have them Weeze as well. For Red Bull Racing Honda, we have their development driver Lias, which conveniently was the first announced driver, even though he's only the development driver. And then for the F2 team High Tech, they are retaining Evo. Dams have signed a new driver called Oka. Haas have signed their development driver Cypher, who I believe will also be driving in F2 for MP. AlphaTauri Honda signing Toby for the next 2 seasons, so he's looking to make his way back up into F1. Williams signing Finn, retaining him for the next 2 seasons. Aston Martin as a second time in the sport since 1955. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Ollie will probably tell me if he's watching. Announced that they have Sam, so they have sweeped him from Mercedes. Williams will be signing Mab for his first F1 season. Now, Mercedes have got Jack and Spence, which was JRT, JD, and, well, Spence, for their seats, and AlphaTauri rounding out their lineup with Red Hawk. Haas also, as their first signed official proper driver, are having Charlie, who moves from Renault. He's only going there for 1 season. Red Bull have signed Corey, last season's constructors champion. Yes, he's a team. Last season's drivers champion. And they have brought back a older TFR driver, L74G. He is also signing for Red Bull. Ferrari have announced that they will be taking Z-Man from McLaren and having C5 coming up from the Prema F2 team. Alfa Romeo have re-signed Tadpole, as he was there at the start of last season, then he moved to Red Bull. We look to the grid here now. Their formation lap? Yes, there is, so I've got more time. Mercedes announced their development driver of Ollie. He was racing points reserve last season, I think. And Aston Martin have announced their lineup was Rapid and Sam, so they have stolen last season's Mercedes drivers. As we watch, Joe here has done something. Not too sure what happened to him. So, like I said, there will be a schedule that I will read out later on in the stream, towards the end most likely. Just staying silent so you can appreciate the sounds of these classic cars as Toby and Joe have collided. I didn't realise that. So, remember, these cars have no ERS, they just have fuel mixes, so. And they're all on the standard, box standard dry compound tyre. So, as they are coming around, all the drivers now, to round the final couple of corners to go around to the grid slot. As Joe and Toby already taking their 1 and 2 C5. So here are all our drivers lining up on the grid now in the Red Bulls, and we have a Ferrari F2007? No, F2000. I'm not sure why we've got that there, but I guess we'll go with it. Could get a great camera angle. And it's 5 red lights here in Silverstone, and lights out, and away we go here for the Red Bull cars. As who's that? I think that was Joe getting a very sluggish start, but Toby also getting quite sluggish start. Toby taking the lead through turn 1. Joe and Toby going side by side down into turn 3. This is very good. Someone's off at the back. It's the Haas of Crispy, I believe. And there's the Ferrari having a life there. He's enjoying himself. As Joe has taken the lead, squirmy rear ends for all the drivers here. Remembering these cars are much horrible on traction. That's Joe off. Joe is round. That's Barker, not Barker. Who was that? Zoger off as well, Crispy retiring from the session. So that is Toby leading this race now, away from C5, who leads from Lettuce, who leads from Finn, who leads from Wispy. White Line and Barker exchanging positions. I forgot Barker's in the Ferrari, so he's going to be slower. As Joe is really not enjoying the twitchiness of these F1 cars. As Wispy and Finn going side by side through... this is going to be bad, I don't remember the turn names. As this can be flat out. Maggots and Beckett's going to be taken flat out, usually, but they are going to have to leave each other room through there as Wispy makes his move up into P4. That's C5 gaining on the back of Toby. No, it's not, but it looks like this sight of all the F1 cars here is very nice. All the Red Bulls. Joe is catching up to the back of that Red Bull at rapid pace. Not Red Bull, Ferrari. There's too many cars. There's too many of the same car, and it just hurts my head. Barker has conceded that position to Joe. Barker's AI, don't worry. As Joe will now look to catch up to the back of the White Line and back Lettuce, but C5 Solo and Toby have fallen nowhere. They are still there. I'm not sure what's going on with game on that one, but they are slowly coming closer together. As that, oh my god, it changes the thing and it hurts. As Toby and C5 seem to be the closest together. Zoger in the pit lane right now. Is he going in for a wing change? Yes, he is. And who was that going slowly then on the apex? It was back lettuce by the looks of things. As the white line makes it up past him. It's Toby and C5 looking to start their, hopefully their first full seasons in F1. Toby has raced in F1 before. In the official TFR season last season, but then he dropped back down to F2 as F1 just wasn't working. But they are coming very close now. As C5 is really catching up to the gearbox of Toby here. Maybe Toby's just not enjoying these cars too much. Or C5's got a much better car on straight line speed, who knows. C5 taking the fastest lap there, I'm not sure by how much. I didn't see what Toby's lap time was. But the white line and Joe are very close together. We're going to watch this because Joe will get to making a move very soon. Joe's already up the inside, Joe's already twitchy. And Joe has made the move on the white line, but neither have a good camera angle and it's really annoying me. The white line goes to make the switch back there on Joe. Joe not leaving him an inch. Gets back round the outside. And there they are now, following all the way down to... Oh, I don't know the corner names. This isn't good. This isn't good for me. I don't know the turn names here. I'm sorry for anyone who would do a much better job and does know the turn names here, but I just don't. Alright, 1 second. Joe swiftly making his way back up through the field, catching up to Finn now. Joe proving he is the dominant driver of TFR usually, as other than Corey, but as well as these classic cars. He's usually the dominant driver other than Corey in these, but now he's proving it. He's dominant in these classic cars as well, as he is just gaining and gaining on Finn. As Joey is just quicker everywhere, it seems. Like, Finn is not getting away from him at all. As both of the drivers now head down to the end of Sector 1, end Sector 1 and start Sector 2. Oh, there was contact there. That was Joe on Finn's outside. Joe is going to go around the outside of Finn. What a move through there. And Finn has conceded the position onto the old start-finish straight. They head through Cops now, taking is that Cops? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. Magnus and Beckett's now. Joe and Finn both using all the track to their advantage, but I think Finn's using too much and touching the grass, and that's what's causing him to lose so much time to Joe ahead. But back lettuce is catching up to the white line now. Here down the back straight. It looks like Finn, sorry not Finn, Joe is already going to be looking to get up to Wispy and get up onto the podium here in this classic car race. So we will watch his very solidly fast advance on Wispy. I don't like the cameras, so we're not going to watch that. JRT's Barker's Ferrari just enjoying itself back here. As you watch there, Joe and Finn behind Wispy. Joe is right in the slipstream of Wispy, catching up literally all the time. Finn only just dropping out of a second of Joe, so Joe has lost possibly a bit of pace, or Finn's found a bit of pace, one of the two. But here's where Joe made the move last lap. He's using this section of the lap this time around to catch up to Wispy to make the move. As they head through there now, heading down towards Maggots and Beckett, Joe using the full width of the track to his advantage. Is Joe going to try the inside, which will become... No, he's not. He's not going to try and make a move through there, as entertaining as that would be for the stream. Joe now not having DRS, because you remember these cars do not have DRS. They just have their engine power here. Using the full power of his engine now down towards the end of the back straight, going right around the outside. Wispy keeping the position on the inside line, which is now going to become the outside line for one of the penultimate chicane. Is that a chicane? Yeah, that is a chicane. As Joe has now taken P3 away from him, as he would be looking to call back the 6 seconds in the next 6 laps. 7 laps. 7 laps, yes. The C5 and Toby are very close together again. Lettuce is very close to making a move on White Lion here. White Lion closing the door, Lettuce falling back by 2 more tenths. As the back Lettuce here, as we go on the side of his rear wing, is catching the White Lion down the back straight, middle straight, main straight, hanger straight, the something straight. Sorry, I'm really not good with turn names at Silverstone. This is one of my least known tracks. The White Lion just choosing to not be on the track here. He might go faster. Might be an interesting tactic. But Finn, nope, sorry, they're very close together again. As they head now down towards Max and Beckett's, the back Lettuce is using how? As Joe is off. Joe is off. Something happened to Joe there. That is a virtual safety car here, which these 2010 cars had never seen before. As that's Joe Wispy in the pit lane. He has boxed, but you don't need to. So I don't fully understand why he's boxed, but his back Lettuce picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC, even though he's in the pit lane. I don't fully understand that one. So C5 continues his advance onto Toby, but Joe is going to re-advance up to Finn. So we will be watching this very closely. Been doing as much as he can to break the slipstream here. Not working though. And Joe is just going to have much better traction on the exit there, and he's going to have the move done on the inside on the start-finish straight, but it's going to be a side-by-side through here, through comps. I think it is. As they head down to Maggots and Beckett, still side-by-side. Well, sorry, Finn's ahead of Joe. As Joe nearly rear-ends Finn, as Finn takes some very interesting lines through there, trying to abuse track limits as much as possible, but it just doesn't come off better for him. As he is now trying to be catching Joe in the slipstream down the back straight. He's going to move to the inside, look to the inside, going to hold the inside. But Joe's just going to keep it around the outside, abusing track limits, having loads of squirms at the rear end there. This is going to be a great fight for P3, hopefully going to last us a lot more of the race. But Joe would be very eager now to get away from Finn and catch up to C5 and Toby Wakanobi, who themselves are still within a second of each other, but C5 might be struggling, just not having the DRS to catch up. Still no on-track action for C5 and Toby. It's just been a slipstream fest the whole race now. As the back lettuce is boxed again, probably to serve his drive-through penalty that he somehow got. As Finn has dropped outside of 1 second of Joe. C5 going to be fully advancing on Toby down the back straight. As that is a sector 3 or 2 yellow flag 2, and that's Finn in the wall. Somehow no wing damage. Sorry, no, there is wing damage there. He's missing an entire section of his front wing. C5 setting fast lap on the race with a 1 minute 30.4. But Joe blasting that out the park by over 9 tenths. It's phenomenal stuff from him. C5 still trying to catch up to Toby here in the fight for P1. Neither of them seem to be giving an inch. But Joe will be closing this gap. He's 1.5 seconds up on his time already. No, he's not. He's 1/10 up on his time already. I was going to say 1.5 seconds is a bit much. As he's already just closed that gap. Like, the gap is just closing. He's a second quicker a lap. He's a second quicker each lap. Like, there's nothing stopping Joe here. As Finn is just continuing on, marching on with that wing damage. There's Joe now closing that gap by another whole second. C5 dropped outside of a second of Toby. Joe setting the fastest sector 2 now. Will he be on for another fastest lap here? Let's find out. Toby's time here is a 1 minute 30.3, is a 1 minute 31.1, and Joe is going to come round the final corners now. Set a 1 minute 29.4, getting the fastest lap of the race. He is now officially going over a second quicker than the 2 drivers ahead of him. And C5 has started to lose touch with Toby. As Finn has boxed, realising staying out was losing him way too much time. Yeah, well, since there's no on-track action, let's not do that until he gets into his box. I was going to say, let's watch a 2010 pit stop. You can watch the front wing getting changed on a 2010 car. You don't get to see that one every day on this game. As there they go, popping on the new front wing there. This is amazing stuff to watch. As he pulls out his box and is gone. Amazing to watch these pit stops, you know. Class on track action. As Toby and C5, I don't know what's happened, but Toby has lost a lot of his pace and C5 is just there. I guess Toby has just been taking it cautiously, but C5 now has 3 laps to take the lead from Toby. But Joe, I'm just going to clarify how much quicker he is than Toby. There you go, Joe is 2 seconds quicker the lap than Toby. So, Joe will be catching up quick. C5 and Toby here on the very nice camera view, looking like Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber everywhere they went. Let's just hope these two don't collide like those two did. Just a flashback to Turkey 2011. Just really hope these two do not collide, because they've done very well to keep it P1 and 2 the whole race. But C5 is doing amazingly now to catch up to Toby in these final few laps. As that's okay. But that's Joe Lowe retiring from this race. We'll go on board with the Ferrari a minute just to go around to see where Joe binned it. I've never seen anyone do that before, especially on reduced damage. Interesting one. As C5 is 3/10 away from Toby now. Really going to be looking to take this race lead away from Toby as quick as he possibly can. He goes for the inside line on the next turn. Outside line, sorry. Toby defends the inside line. Toby keeps the lead. C5 though just not losing touch with Toby. C5 will put it up into Rich Mix, and that's all he can do, and just hope that it's enough to get past Toby, as he has a lap and a half left to do so. So it's very entertaining watching these old cars fight it out. Let's just hope next game we get some better classic cars. Love to see some of the, well, if the leaks were true about 2012 Ferrari, it would be nice to see them. As C5 and Toby going through Maggotts and Beckett's together now, less than 3/10 separate them. Toby losing a bit of time on the grass to C5 there. C5 just getting a commanding exit out of that turn. Toby's going to squeeze him all the way to the grass, like Max Verstappen on Charles Leclerc here. In 2018, 17, 6 down. No. No. That's very nice of Toby waiting up there for C5 so they can have a last lap fight for the lead of this race. We're going to stick on board with these two the whole race now. The whole race, the whole lap. We're going to keep it with C5 though, because that's the best view on both of them. As C5 looks for a move on the inside, says no, I'll wait for a bit longer. As he just keeps it there. Look, he's just keeping it so close to him. And then Toby gets better on traction, but then straight line speed. But then Finn and Back Lettuce are making moves on each other here. Don't know what to watch. The fight for the lead's more important though. C5 looks like to be going around the outside here. Very close together, these two. Literally wheel to wheel. C5 nearly on the gravel. Toby leaving half a car's width. Just enough to keep C5 on the track. C5 is going to look to the outside. C5's been hit off track. I don't know whose fault that was. I'm not too sure on who should blame who. So that fight's gone. So we're going to watch Back Lettuce and Finn now. Back Lettuce catches up to the back of Finn. He's going to look to the inside, even though he might be a bit far back. They are nearly a lap down, so they have still got a lap left to do. As Toby is going to round the final 4 corners. He's about to go down to the final 3 as he goes into the start of those 3. Rounds 1, rounds 2. Rounds the final one and crosses the line to become this social race Red Bull winner. As C5 takes P2, Wispy still about half a lap back, about to lap JRT Barker's Ferrari. As we're going to go to Finn and Back Lettuce again, who aren't too close anymore in all fairness. There's a stunning drive from these two Red Bulls here. But Wispy is rounding the final corner now. He's going to come across the line to take the podium places here. Barker taking P8. As the white line here and Zoger Gamer, I didn't realise these two had been close together at all. Zoger's going to be looking to make a move. He's not close enough. He's 6 cents back. And on 5 lap older tyres, so don't worry. As they come around the corner of the white line here, taking P4. Zoger going to take P5. Back Lettuce and Finn, unless Finn can make a move, Back Lettuce is going to take P6 and Finn will take 7th. But Finn has closed the gap massively here. Finn using all the track possible to catch up. Finn is going to not dive it to the inside. He's going to say, Back Lettuce, there you go, well done. You have fully won that P6. As Back Lettuce comes across the line for P6. And Finn for P7. So that was your TFR social race, the first TFR event of the off-season. There are many more to come, I can tell you that one. There are a lot more down the line, and you will be very welcome to join and watch them. So from me here and the drivers, we will see you in the next either social race or other TFR event as we finish these podium celebrations. Yeah, we will see you in the next TFR event / social race thing. Until then, enjoy your weeks. Goodbye. Actually, I'm sorry, that's really bad. That's going to be really bad for the YouTube if this goes to YouTube. But tomorrow there is the F2 post-season press conference, and on Sunday there is the F1 post-season press conference. Both held at 8 PM GMT, I believe. BST, sorry. So be there. That is the final thing now. As I will leave you all. Have a good week. Goodbye.